What is going on, Lincoln Park Speedway? Holy crap, is it hot and muggy out here tonight. We're out here with the 14 of Jadon Rogers running a USAC Sprintacular tonight. Supposed to be back tomorrow night as well. But I think the last I heard, there's 30-something 410s here tonight. So we'll get out here and see what happens. And they're talking rain somewhere around 9 o'clock. So hopefully we get things in before that shows up. But it can rain as much as it wants later on, cool some of this stuff down. But we'll see what happens. We'll talk to you in a bit. See ya. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the star of the show. We just need to get him out here a little more often, you know?
There is something strange between you and me. Give me some fuel for the fire.
As they work to the back straightaway, ladies and gentlemen, light up them cell phones and rise to your feet. It's time to make some noise for the Ruts and Guts thrill ride of the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Night number one of the Sprintacular set to go to green. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to sit back, relax, and enjoy 30 trips around the Lincoln Park Speedway, because race fans, this is what you saved your lunch money for. To the green on night number one of the Sprintacular. They find the gas, they tap tires, and here we go. It'll be the 24 taking off for the race lead. Team-S onto the back straightaway. KTJ car got out from him just a little bit there on the start. He's going to slip back to third. Justin Grant going to take advantage. 3 wide with the third spot. Kevin Thomas with the middle. He's going to go to report down to the bottom over in turns 1 and 2. Justin Grant dead ahead of him. Lowell's up to the outside with the 3P chasing right now as they work into turns 3 and 4. Thomas Meserol leading. And the Landon Simon race at number 24. Grant in second. Team-S up on the top. Grant around the bottom along with Kevin Thomas Jr. Now here comes the 3P of Kyle Cummins. He's going to go to the top side, and Robert Ballou is going to go in and start making some moves at 12. Robert down around the bottom, going to come up, and he will take away the 5th spot here. Moles back to 6. CV, Rogers, Danner, and Cale Coons, your top 10 in the opening lap. Look out, we got one off the top of the racetrack. He's still rolling now. Going to come to a stop. That's Helton in 87. We're ready to get after it here as they work around to the NOS Energy Star Can single file and back underway. Meserol slides her up, slams her off the cushion, on the back straightaway. Good fight. He's going to daylight the 4 Grant there for a moment. Justin going to try to pull in and see if he can catch him right to the middle of turns 3 and 4. KTJ around the bottom, up on the high side, rolls the Avante with the doors of the 3P. Kyle Cummins. 4th, looking for 3rd here as they work onto the back straightaway. Kevin Thomas working around the inside, brings it wide to the exit turn number 4. So far, fends off the charge of your current points leader and defending champ. Cummins slams her off the cushion there for a moment. Kevin Thomas, does he try the high side? No, sticks it back down to the bottom. Justin Grant, in the meantime, he has vacated the bottom and he's gone to the top. Trying to reel in and run down your leader, Thomas Meserol. Trails by just shy of a half a second. Now only car lengths as Meserol careened her off of the cushion. Now here comes Grant. He's going to look for the lead, but the red light's going to come on. We've got one flipped at the exit of turn number 4. Middle finishing work area, single file past the NOS Energy Star Can, and we're back underway. 6 laps completed. Kevin Thomas trying for the top spot here. Justin Grant able to keep him at bay onto the back straightaway. The 4 going to work up to the high side. The 15 down to the bottom of the 3P, looking for room to run by both of them. They work off a turn number 4. Grant's going to lead the way. Dogfight underway at the front of the field. Grant Keeps it wound up on the cushion. Here comes the 3P on the outside. It'll be Cummins taking over the second spot now. Goes side by side for the race lead. Justin Grant's going to hold him off for the time being. Grant off of the cushion, the 3P likewise. Kevin Thomas Jr. running in third, and keep your eye on the 14 of Jadon Rogers. 2 wins on the local scene here at Lincoln Park. Careens are off of the cushion off of turn number 4, and Robert Blue going to take advantage. Slides off for the race lead. It's going to be Cummins taking over in 3. Kyle Cummins takes over the top spot now, going to protect the slide through turns 3 and 4. Grant back to second. Kevin Thomas Jr., Robert Blue, and Jadon Rogers again off of the cushion. Exit turn number 4. That's going to allow Logan Seavey to sneak by in the 57. Greg Stanner following in behind him in the 7th spot. Gavin Miller and A.J. Stock and Gail Coons right now your top 10. As he's out front and starting to pull away the 3P of Kyle Cummins. Half a track already, or half a straightaway make that over the 4 of Justin Grant. As he has got that Avante Windows and Doors Petty Performance over 3P absolutely rolling on the cushion here. 12 laps completed, back in the field starting to come into view for your leader. Kevin Thomas Jr. still running in the 3rd spot. Robert Ballou running in 4. Jadon Rogers pounding on the cushion like it owes him money at both ends of the racetrack. Has been able to pull up on Robert. Hasn't been able to get by him though. As your leader having to move around to the racetrack now. Tries a different line through turns 3 and 4. Runs more to the middle and lower side of the speedway. Bounces are hard off the cushion that time in turns 1 and 2. Had to really slow up and get the car back underneath him here. Gets a good feel of it now as he comes back around to the front straightaway, back off the cushion, going to work on the 87 to help to put him a lap down. To the midpoint, 15 in, 15 to go. Advantage, 1.307 seconds last time on the start-finish line. Jadon Rogers and Robert Blue has swapped that position around. Now Rogers going to get up and try to battle with Kevin Thomas for the 3rd spot. Smoothing his line around the cushion, goes right to the outside and goes right by the 15 as they work into turns 3 and 4. Kevin Thomas not done with him though, tries the inside, can't get the fight. The 14 with a better run in the front straightaway. In the meantime, Justin Grant, boy, he really slammed the cushion hard. He's got the inboard rotor aglow on that thing, trying to keep the car loaded up and wound up all at the same time. 1.4 seconds last time around. The difference now just over a second as Grant closing in on your leader as he's come up on a wall of traffic. They're side by side as he'll go to work up to the high side. Cummins coming up on the 83 as well as the 53 as they work into turns 1 and 2. Grant, man, hammering the cushion so hard over in turns 1 and 2. Scrubbing off a lot of speed as that has also allowed the 14 of Jadon Rogers to come up. Potentially a 3-car fight for the lead coming. Grant again just backs it up into the cushion. And every time he does, just really upsets the car here. But right now has nowhere else to run. The inside line is occupied by slower traffic. Cummins now, he's going to dive to the bottom and go to work on the slower cars. Leaves the high line open. Grant has a run to the back straightaway. Can't get there fast enough. Playing high-speed Chester traffic here. Cummins going to go in and slide up across the racetrack. Gets a lap car between himself and Justin Grant. It's going to be Leary lying between the first 2 cars right now, but man, Grant, every time he goes into turn number 1, just goes in and all but picks the left side up on that thing. Now he's going to have to go to the bottom and try to get by the 53. Jadon Rogers going to close up on him once again. That's going to be the fight for second. Still Justin Grant holding on to it. Jadon is right there. Kevin Thomas Jr. trying to hold on to 4th. Robert Ballou trying to take that from him here as they're side by side to the back straightaway. Robert up on the top of the racetrack, comes around. Kevin Thomas still has him at the line. 1 driver down to the infield. That is the 49 of Corey. We stay green. Top 3 drivers now, all nose to tail as they work into turns 3 and 4. Coming around, a fistful showing this time. 5 to go here on night number 1 of the Spectacular. Grant this time a much smoother run into 1, but again, finds the cushion. It hooks a little bit at the exit turn number 2. Within a couple of car lengths, just doesn't have the momentum to try and pull anything off here. And time is not on his side. The sand in the hourglass is starting to wane as they work into turns 3 and 4, but slower cars to the inside of your leader has kept him at bay for the time being. Within a car length there in the middle of turns 3 and 4. All 3 still up on the cushion. Grant, that time the car got really tight on him. He's going to lose car lengths onto the back straightaway. Does this allow Robert Ballou to close in? Not quite here as they make their way into turns 3 and 4. He has gotten by Kevin Thomas Jr. KTJ running in the 5th spot right now as the white flag set to come out. when they work off a turn number 4. Grant misses the line at the exit of the second turn, loses a ton of ground here as they'll come around this time. 1 to go here at Lincoln Park Speedway. On a roll as he works on to the back straightaway one final time. He's going to drop to the inside with lap traffic. Grant's going to go to the cushion to try to make something happen. Checker flag is out. Kyle Cummins wins night number 1 of the Sprintacular. Justin Grant in second, Jaden Rogers in third, Robert Ballou in fourth, Kevin Thomas Jr. in fifth, Logan Seavey in sixth, Briggs Danner in seventh, Jake Swanson, Gavin Miller, and Chase Stockton unofficially your top 10.
Christy Leary standing by with a driver that had to overcome a lot of adversity to get that podium tonight.
Yeah, what a setback in the heat race for Jaden Rogers, who got upside down, ran it all the way back up to a third place finish on the podium for night number 1 of the Sprintacular. Jaden, nobody got to know the cushion better than you did tonight. I'm not even talking about the heat race. The amount of times that you bounced it off of turn number 4, it seemed like every time you came back around, the harder you hit it the lap before, the more finessed it was the next time by. Did you get pretty comfortable up there by the end?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just comfortable here in general. Obviously, that was my fault in the heat race, and just didn't get a tear off down the backstretch and drove into 3 blind, and it cost me pretty big. So, we start 5th, and we get we get to race a little bit more up front before we get to lap traffic. Maybe things change a little bit, but just trying to be real meticulous on where you hit the cushion and how much wheel spin you have when you hit it. It changes a lot here, but tonight it was so muddy it wasn't. So you just had to not trip up as much.
Pretty storybook night there for Jaden Rogers, who again got upside down in the heat race, but man, what a salvage for a finish. Coming home third on your podium, Justin Grant second, Kyle Cummins your winner of night number 1 of the Sprintacular. We'll get it back over to Drake.